Hello, my friends. This is Sandra Ruggles, and I'm here to do your daily reading, your daily guidance with the I-Ching today. Let's see what's happening. I went over everything yesterday with you, and we did a little meditation before we got started. And then what I need you to do is to formulate a question in your mind that you would like to ask for your daily guidance today. So let's just take a quick pause for a moment and just go within. And what questions are you seeking? What question do you have about your life, your business, your relationships? Could be about your health, your life path, your creativity, your children, could be your family, just about anything. But what is it that you would like to have an answer to? So then we'll consult the I-Ching, the book of changes in the Unchanging Truth, which is this book right here. And we're going to form a hexagram for today that's going to give you the answers that you're seeking, okay? It's a great, great divination tool. It's been around for about 4,000 years. And I use it a lot in my feng shui work when I'm trying to determine some answers that I maybe can't pick up in any other way. And it tunes me into the universal truths, and it's great information. So go within. I'm going to let you have about 2 seconds here, 3 seconds to formulate your question. If you have something to write with, go ahead and write it down. It also helps to ground that energy, so that help you to get the answers that you're seeking. Okay, so I'm going to say a little prayer while you are doing that. Okay. All right, so now you've formulated your question in your mind. Now we'll consult the I-Ching. And the way we do that is I'm going to shake the coins. These are 6 coins, and they have one side is the yin lines and the other side is the yang lines. So it's going to formulate a hexagram. And we're going to take it up, and I'm going to ask Spirit, please give us the answers that everybody is seeking today for their daily guidance for December 5th, 2018. Please give us the answers we are seeking, Spirit, Universe, God, whatever your source is, divine source, so that we can have clarity and truth today as we move forward in our day. And give us the answers we are seeking today. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to formulate that. It's 1 trigram and 2 trigrams. There's also a changing line, and there's 1 changing line out of the 6 coins. So let's see, our bottom line is going to be yin, yin, yang, yin, yin, and then our top one's going to be yang, yin, yin, and our top line is the changing line. So line number 6 is going to be our changing line that changes from a yin line to a yang line. Okay, so that's your outcome. Okay, so the first hexagram is where you're at today, or present situation. And then the changing line creates the outcome of where you're going. And I can't say that's going to be tomorrow or the next day. Time is very fluid, so we never know when the energy is going to change, but it's definitely moving in this direction, and so we'll figure that out what it is. Now, what I do now is after I have the hexagrams listed on my page, I don't know if you can see them. Okay, those are the hexagrams. Then I'm going to look them up in the Book of Changes and Unchanging Truth, and this book is by I-Ching, and it's a wonderful book. There's many different I-Ching books that you can choose from. I particularly like this one. It's very clear and concise and very, very short. There's other books that go into very long descriptions, but I happen to like this one the best. So the top line, let's see what we got here. It's yin, yin, yang. We have thunder. All right, and then we have yin, yang. Yin is water. Okay. So when you have thunder over water, it's hexagram 40. And then its changing line is going to be yang, yin, yang. All right, so yang, yin, yang, and that is a fire element, fire, and it is over water. Okay, fire and water, you mix the two together, it's considered a clash. So it can create steam or it can put the fire out. So let's see what happens with that, depending on what the answer to your question is. So we'll see what happens with that. And that is actually hexagram 64. It's the last hexagram of the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. So it may be referring to some kind of ending. I don't know yet. Let's check it out. Okay, so you've got your question, and now let's see what the answers are. Okay. Where are you, 40? Oh, okay, so this is very nice. It's called, hexagram 40 is the dissolution of the problem. And the guidance is, the friendly direction is the southwest, from whence comes the strength of dissolution. If one wishes to go forward in a new, correct way, early movement brings good fortune. Okay, so if you've been thinking about making those changes, sounds like this is the time to do that. In this hexagram, thunder is above water. Although water in the form of ice is the obstacle, thunder has the strength to break through it. The first sound of thunder in spring proclaims the time of melting ice. Thus, a promising time is beginning, like a breeze coming from the warm southwest. After obstruction comes resolution. The guidance of the previous hexagram, obstruction, is to keep still and gather energy. But this indicates that the obstructive force has started to diminish and a new cycle is beginning. This is the right time to positively dissolve all problems. The following illustration, it can be used to exemplify this hexagram. There was once a butcher who always used the same knife. Although he used this knife for many years, it remained without a nick and never became dull. Summoned by the king and asked how he was able to keep the knife freshly sharpened, after so many years, the butcher replied, "In my eyes, the cow is already separated, bone by bone, muscle by muscle, and tendon by tendon. So when I use my knife, I do not cut with brutal force. In my vision, the cow, being already separated with empty space between its bones, joints, and tendons, allows my knife to pass smoothly through these empty spaces without resistance." Most people's minds and hearts have many nicks from continuously trying to cut through their life. But by following the example of the butcher, one would not need to use brutal emotional force to overcome difficulties. Problems could be resolved naturally. Also means to untie, which implies untangling the psychological knots in one's life. The I Ching teaches that entanglements within can be dissolved through forgiveness. A person who can forgive others can have peace of mind. Certain actions may seem unforgivable. However, hostility, pride, jealousy, or other emotional attachments are like thick clouds that gather and obstruct the clear sky. When one has a forgiving attitude, an offending action is forgotten, and one is no longer influenced by negativity. Thus, one becomes independent and one's balance is no longer threatened by those who trouble him. Instead of being at the mercy of external reality, one creates his own reality by forgiving others. With thunder comes rain, thus the difficulty has ended and the drought is relieved. This is the image of dissolving worries, tensions, and hostilities. The lines of this hexagram represent the gradual stages of dissolution. Beautiful. Now this means definitely we're using our visualization to see what we already want to come into fruition. And then also forgiveness is the key. So that will refer to your question. Now the changing line in this hexagram is line 6. Standing on a high wall, the prince shoots the eagle, no remorse. Disorder and confusion dissolve. The peak of energy has been reached and is now past. In this position, one can be of benefit by turning back to help others. Only through cooperation and friendly communication can the problem be solved. Okay, there's your answer. Now that's currently where you are, and now we're going to go to hexagram 64. That is your outcome. That is where you're heading. And let's see what that is going to be for us today. Before crossing the water. Okay. Okay, the guidance is, before crossing the water, things go well. It is like a young fox which cannot keep its tail above the water in order to keep it dry. Thus, it must wait to cross during the season when the stream bed is dry. If the young fox rushes ahead and is unable to keep its tail dry, there will be trouble. This hexagram is the opposite of the preceding one after completion, in which water energy descends and fire energy ascends, creating harmony. But in this hexagram, the opposites do not integrate. Fire is above, water is below, and every line is in an incorrect position. Since fire flames upward and water flows downward, the two energies have no interaction and they move away from one another. Now, hexagram 63, the previous one, deals with the time following completion. Well, this one offers guidance for the time just before. Everything appears hopeless. However, if within this unpromising situation, one applies one's strength toward improving the circumstances and achieving one's goal, an opportunity for accomplishment will be provided. At this time, matters should be handled carefully and prudently. Although the overall feeling is one of disintegration, each individual line is still able to integrate with its corresponding line. Thus, the potential for harmony and success still do exist. As stated in the I-Ching, misfortune is the root of good fortune. Good fortune also can be the root of misfortune. The image of this hexagram is that of a young fox crossing a frozen stream. And because of his inexperience, he is not as cautious as he should be and gets his tail wet before completing the crossing. Getting wet means running into trouble. The lower trigram indicates danger because of inexperience, while the upper trigram, fire, expresses clarity and strength. Together they indicate the completion of a task. The opportunity is there. Okay? Now, let's see. The changing line is line 6. One falls into the water and gets his head wet by becoming overexcited after successfully crossing the water. He loses self-control in his rapture. How can he keep his success long? Since this line is at the top of the hexagram, he is about to accomplish something very great. He is so excited by his achievement that he sacrifices self-discipline and creates trouble for himself. As a yang line in a yin position, he is overconfident and will surely be humiliated by losing the trust of his supporters. A Chinese proverb regarding excessive drinking says, when happiness is enjoyed to its extreme, sadness results. Prudence at the beginning of a matter and care in the completion of one's work is always required in daily life. Let's see if that's the end of it. Yes. So I hope that helps you with the answer to your question. I would like to just pull an Ascended Master card for you today, just to see what other guidance is in store for us today. I'm just guided to do the cards, just see what's going on, okay? Let's see what kind of guidance we have today. This card wants to come out. Detach from drama. That's a really good card. Detach from drama. Pallas Athena. All right, and then this one. Peace offering. Now that goes along with forgiveness, doesn't it? That's the white buffalo calf woman. All right, let's see what else we have. Detached from drama. Now these cards are Doreen Virtue's Ascended Master Oracle cards. I love these cards. They have some just wonderful information in them. Now, you've been drawn into the upsetting world of human egos by focusing upon a drama. Although it's nothing more than a story, the drama feels frightening to you. This card comes to you as a helping hand in finding your way out of the story by detaching from this drama. Don't get pulled into the various plots, twists, the turns, and characters of the drama. Instead, view it as a movie that you know will have a happy or at least resolved ending. Of course, you'll have compassion for everyone involved. Yet, you don't have to let the drama pull you down in any way. As you focus upon the positive, you bring about a positive resolution. Okay, and additional meanings for this card is let go of attempts to make everyone happy, allow others to make their own choices in life, don't delay your life's purpose by focusing upon other people's issues, avoid gossip and judging others. Okay. Now, Pallas Athena is the Grecian goddess of wisdom who became the patroness of Athens in a contest with the ocean god Poseidon. And the term Pallas is one often given to Greek deities, and her more common name is simply Athena. She's a war goddess who uses wisdom instead of weapons to win conflicts. Call upon Pallas Athena for help with any conflict or any situation calling for wisdom. That's just beautiful. And the last card is Peace Offering, which has a lot to do with forgiveness. This card heralds the resolution of an argument or misunderstanding, and those involved in the situation are ready to forgive and forget. Be open to seeing the other person's point of view to soften any hard feelings. As you allow compassion into the situation, love's healing power ensures that everyone's needs are met harmoniously. Leave the details about how the situation will be resolved to the infinite wisdom of spirit. Be willing to forgive, have compassion for everyone involved in the situation, including yourself. Accept another's apology and see the humor in the situation. Beautiful. Now, the white buffalo calf woman is a prophetess who appeared to the Lakota Native Americans, and she presented the Lakotas with a special pipe to amplify the power of their prayers and to bridge a connection between earth and heaven. As she turned to leave the tribe, she turned into a white buffalo and of different colors. She turned into a buffalo of different colors to signify the unity of all races of humanity. And she promised that she would return to help bring unity and peace to earth. The sign of her return would be the birth of a white buffalo calf. Call upon white buffalo calf woman to instill harmony into your relationships and for world peace. Beautiful. Now that's your guidance for today. I hope you enjoyed your daily I-Ching and the Ascended Master cards. I do want to say that my website is www.myspiritualsanctuary.com. And I do private readings. I do Chinese astrology readings. I'm a feng shui master practitioner. I do feng shui for home, businesses, and landscape. I will be doing lots of trainings coming up and teaching about 2019, the year of the Earth Pig, coming up February 5th, 2019. I will be having trainings and doing little videos like this one on the upcoming changes of the energies for the following year. Other things that I want to mention to you, I do have a membership community, My Spiritual Sanctuary membership community, and member benefits include many, many healing modalities for healing your mind, body, and spirit. So I do teach the Course in Miracles online, and we will be doing an online study community that will start after the first of the year. So sign up on my website to get involved in that. We do meditation and prayer circles. I will be doing classes on intuition development and how to fine-tune your intuition and your psychic abilities so that you can hone in on your answers to your questions. I do feng shui coaching and trainings, as I said, and I do Chinese astrology and tarot card readings as well, for whatever we get very specific about your life, forecasting and designing your destiny based on your chart. Now, I also have some great information on ancient mystery teachings, Kabbalah, and all kinds of wonderful information. So go to my website, www.myspiritualsanctuary.com, and put your name and email in the opt-in box. Sign up today. If you want a private reading with me, just email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com. And I will get back to you as soon as possible with your date. We can talk a little bit and get the information together for that, okay? So I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue on our path of the I Ching. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste, my friends.